Alright guys, we're going to harvest a few of these plants. And we'll pull the plants up, and I put pine needles in these just so it helps in reducing scabs, so we'll hope that they're not too bad this year. Try to go as far away from it as possible so we're not cutting into any potatoes. Let's see what we got here. I think these are the Yukon Golds, if I'm not mistaken. Unless they're the russets. A couple little ones here. Oh, I think these might be the russets. That's unusual that these would die back first. These are usually the later ones. Yeah, these are definitely the russets. Not too huge. These are the ones for baking potatoes. Another little guy. Let's see what else we have in here. And there's a few more. There's another one that's a little bit bigger. And then we just fluff over the soil. Oh, there's a nice one. And there's our pine needles. This might be a good sized baking potato. That's not huge, but I've had some pretty big ones come out of here before, so that's not bad actually. Trying to think which were the Yukons now. Maybe that was back here. Alright, we're into the patch of Yukon Golds. Found a few ones that were dyed back, and here's a decent one out of there. Strange that one side of it's kind of turned red, but it's got a split down that side. That's what happens when you get a lot of you get dry weather and then you get rain quickly, and then it grows too fast and it splits on you. But it's a decent potato still though. It's a nice size one. Oh, it's starting to rain. I'll probably have to get going in soon. Oh, there's another nice one. Oh, it's got red on it too. Maybe that's the variety. Well, we managed to fill the bucket. That one, it's got a bit of green on it. I don't know. It might be okay. It's just got the top part. I could probably cut half of it off. Yeah, I think we got at least 10 pounds or more, maybe 20. It's not too bad for, I'm not sure how many hills I dug, but probably 10 or more. All right. A lot of them are smaller than I hoped for, but I think when you get them smaller, but you get them in more numbers, so it's a decent haul. All right, guys, we're going to do the potato harvest today. This would be the second time we've done it. We'll cover off any plants that have died, and we'll see what we have when we're finished. Well, we got a few hard potatoes. A few rocks come out. Usually when you dig down deeper, there's lots of rocks. It's It's funny, the potatoes are a lot smaller this year for some reason. These were the russets here. Then we got into a different variety. Can't remember what these were. These might be the Yukons. They tend to be a bit smaller anyway. And these little piles are what we've gotten out of each hill. Some of them are yielding really low, like this one. But yeah, let's start on another row and see what we can get. Alright guys, second row's done. And yeah, a little bit disappointing over last year. Potatoes are definitely much smaller and fewer. Well, maybe not fewer, but smaller. I guess that could be a factor of planting late. You don't get those full sun days around the solstice to really get the stuff growing, so still got a couple of plants with a little bit of life left in them on this row. We had one exception. There's a decent sized one right there. Not too bad. That's a good French fried potato right there. And that's the end of that row. All right, let's go to this one. I think these are the russets, and I think we can pretty much dig that entire row. It's pretty much all dead. Alright guys, that was a much better row. We got a few pretty good sized rocks. These are all russets, and that's a pretty decent yield. Some decent sized ones too. Not overly large. Nothing that would make a really good sized baking potato, but maybe a few, maybe a handful. But yeah, this is more like it. This is the kind of yields that I like to see. Don't know how much we've done now, but it's got to be at least 50 to 75 pounds. Not too bad. Alright guys, well, this is the reason why you plant your favorite stuff in the best soil. So we got our Yukon Golds down here, and this is out of one hill, and this is crazy. We got some nice big potatoes here. And there's another one. Another nice huge one. But the nice thing is that a lot of all these two bottom rows are all those, and there's still quite a few green on them, quite a bit of green on them, so they'll grow a little bit longer, and we should have a lot more of what we're seeing here. So that's pretty sweet stuff. All right guys, we've gathered up all the potatoes now, and we've pretty much filled up this Rubbermaid tote. Best way to do it is just put the tote in the wheelbarrow and then move along and just fill it up, so we don't have to lift this thing into the wheelbarrow, although we will have to lift it out when we get it up to the house. But yeah, so usually what I do with these is I wash up all my potatoes. I'll wash them up in the sink, and then I bring them downstairs onto a sheet in the basement. We have a dehumidifier running, and then I let it sit for a few days and then put it in boxes so the skins kind of cure a bit. So yeah, I'd say we probably have, I don't know, at least 70-80 pounds here, which is pretty decent. I'm sure out of these 2 rows on the bottom we're going to get an absolute ton, seeing as how well that's done and how deep the soil and rich the soil is down here. So these will probably be dead in about 5 or 6 days, and we'll probably be able to dig the whole thing, and then later on, probably in a few weeks, these will be ready. It'll be interesting to see how these go, because these are planted in a spot where I had done the leveling out, dig up the soil and make sure there's about a foot of the topsoil. So it's so we sort of even out the disparity in the fertility of the soil here. Make the areas that had thin soil thicker, and thin out the soil where it was thicker. All right, that's it for the potato harvest for now, and we'll see you back. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you again. Thanks for watching.